What y'all doing? I know y'all better be in here stretching. We got competition. So, real quick, normally I let you guys see the comment of the day at the end of the video. However, I have 2 comments of the day and I'm gonna be posting it now. Because they are the reason I am doing this video. So thank you guys for commenting. Drop your comments below if you want your comment to be featured in the next video. With that being said, here we go. What's up, y'all? This is Dreamless Dancer, and I'm making this video to help you guys know how to find dance competitions. Stay tuned to hear some helpful tips on how to find the perfect dance competition for any age, any dance level, anywhere, and whether or not it's a good idea to enter your team.
Who that is, bitch? I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am rich, I am that bitch. I am gonna go get that bag, and I am not gonna take your shit. I am protected, well respected, I'm a queen, I'm a dream. I do what I wanna do, and I'm who I wanna be, cause I am me.
Honestly, dance competitions could actually make or break your team. You could slip up and enter them at the wrong time, and that could potentially maybe even have people leave the team. Competitions are not to be taken lightly, not to scare you off into not taking risks and entering your team into competitions. However, it is something that I feel should be calculated. So with that being said, I have 4 tips to help you guys make that decision on if you are suitable, and if you feel like it is a good time to go ahead and enter them, what are you gonna need and how do you find them? So step number 1 is, how do you know if you're ready? This basically just goes into, do you feel ready as the coach? Do you believe that your team is ready to represent themselves and you and the choreographer's work to the best of their ability? Or do you feel, at least as a coach, as ready as you can feel? Because I know as coaches, I used to be a coach. I've been teaching dance for years, and I've been dancing for even longer. So I know how it feels when there's always something to be worked on. But honestly, do you feel like your team is as ready as they can be? After that, does your team feel ready? Does your team feel confident in themselves? Does the choreographer feel confident in their piece that was choreographed for the competition? And does the choreographer feel confident in the dancers with their choreography, portraying their work? And last but of course not least, do the parents feel ready? It is important that the parents feel ready to come out of pocket. They got to be ready to move when you say move. The reason you guys are a team is because everybody has to work together. Like, you can't ride a bike if you missing a pedal. And also check on your vendors too. Check on wherever y'all gonna get y'all costumes from, all that. Make sure everything is ready. You don't want no surprises, because it's gonna be surprises. So try to get as prepared as you can for the surprises, because they're coming. So now you feel like your team is ready. Everybody said we're good to go. Y'all, the lip gloss. It's the lip gloss for me, okay? I can see it all the way back here. Hold on. Let me show y'all a little something. This is my lip gloss, y'all. I stay popping. If you want to order yours, the lip gloss link will be in the description below. I am Dreamless Dancer, and this is Dreamless Vanity. I make this by hand. I am so proud of it. It feels so good on my lips. Like, Okay, back to business. Now that everybody gave you the thumbs up, right? Everybody's like, we ready, we ready. Okay, so now you need to prep your dancers. Imagine this. All the dancers are everywhere in their room getting ready for performance, rehearsing, and all that. And there's all the chaperones and coaches and stuff helping with makeup and blah, blah, and blah, blah. And somebody is like, I want some food, right? And somebody who's like busy working on makeup and stuff, and they go, yes, you can go get it. Just don't make a mess. And they're not paying attention to where they're going. They might leave to go buy a snack from the vendors at the competition. Who knows? Like, you have to be very careful with just having yes and no's flying everywhere, especially on competition day, y'all. And I know a lot of y'all probably feel me. Please make sure you have that exclusive meeting. Don't have no kids there. Just the coaches and the chaperones and stuff like that. And make sure you establish director who is right under you and who is right under that person. So everybody knows, okay, don't ask me, go ask insert name. Next, prepare them for good sportsmanship. This goes for everybody, whether they are competing or not, whether they're just going to watch or not. You need to prepare parents, coaches, and dancers on good sportsmanship to help represent the team properly, the way you guys want to be represented. All it takes is one person. Half the time they've been and got y'all disqualified or been done started problems in the hallway or something. It's just, it can go all wrong if everybody is not on the same page. So please have that team meeting with all the coaches, all of everybody sitting around you, director, and you make it very clear about good sportsmanship and how you want everyone to handle themselves. And of course, I have to throw in there, rehearse. Don't over rehearse, but rehearse. Make sure everybody got it. If you got to split the room in half, split it in foursies, and just make sure every toe is pointed, or whoever needs to loosen up, they need to loosen up. Make sure everybody is feeling confident and is looking right. Okay? I mean, that was part of part 1. However, I just want to throw that in part 2 because it is very important. You are going there. Parents are spending money. Y'all spending time. Dancers are working real hard in rehearsal. And you just want to make sure all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted. All right, so now for the part y'all been waiting on. You've checked on your team. Everybody's feeling good. You've prepared your team. And now it's time to find that golden competition, the one that speaks to your soul. So I have a top 3. The first one on the top would be Facebook groups. I believe they are, in my opinion, sometimes more up to date than websites can be. And in my opinion, I'm from Dallas, so I've talked to other coaches and see what their preferred method is. A lot of them also say Facebook groups. When it comes to Facebook groups, you can type in anything from, for me, it's like Dallas dance competitions or dance competition. Next, I would say websites. You can just simply type in where you're from, competitions. Competitions located in blank, or just competitions in general. Maybe you guys want to travel, right? You type in dance competitions on Google or whatever search engine you use. You will find a whole list. Let me show you. See, so when you type in dance competition, you will come across. Ooh, baby, now it's time to show y'all the gummy bear nails, okay? And they glow in the dark. Y'all, I told you that was cute, okay? Let me show y'all the gummy bear one more time. Shout out to my nail tech. Her Instagram is down below. So, I mean, all you got to do is type in dance competitions, and there are a lot of them that will pop up. For example, there's HollywoodVibe.com, EliteDancePack.com, there's Celebrity Dance. There are so many other ones. Like, it goes on and on. And honestly, some of these websites will even help you find a hotel nearby for your dancers to stay in if you are coming from out of town. So that's pretty cool. Also, don't forget, you can go on Instagram. You can check through hashtags, hashtag dance competition, hashtag, for me, like Dallas dance competition. Or if you want to go out of state somewhere, let's say you're in Dallas, you want to go to Louisiana dance competition. There's already some popping up. So I've typed in dance competition, and there's so many to be listed. So for example, there's groove competition. Let's just go with the first one. It'll show you, their followers and things in their bio. There's a registration right in the bio. You can see like what kind of genres they like to post there, which means they could potentially feature your team, which is bomb. If they post on a story, normally that means they're pretty active, which is good because you want to talk. You want to register your team with people who are active. Reason being brings me to my next tip. Wherever you find your competition, you want to make sure that whoever you speak to is going to have great communication, not good communication. Great communication, okay? Especially if you find competitions for your team to compete in via Facebook groups. You definitely want to make sure there's somebody there who will talk to you, a couple people if you can, who will respond to your text messages, calls, or emails in a timely manner and with clarity. And they may have all these rules set up that you don't know about. You want to make sure that it has the appropriate ages for you to enter your team in. You want to make sure you enter them in the right level. So if your team is beginners, you want to ask them, is this suitable for beginners? You want to ask them about food, all that stuff. You want to ask them all the questions you got. And on top of all that, you want to not only ask the competition questions, you want to ask around in your area or in that area. Let's say you're on Instagram. There's a team that they've posted that has competed, and they tag that team. Feel free to click that team's profile and ask them questions. How did you like this competition? Do you feel like you were judged fairly? Same thing for Facebook groups and all that stuff. Ask everybody that you feel like you need to ask to feel secure that entering your team is a good idea. It would be really horrible to enter your team into a competition and there's some weird stuff going on, or it's not safe, or parking is horrible, or it's not clean there. For example, I reached out to a couple dance coaches. I was just asking for more tips to help to give you guys for this video. And one of the coaches brought up a really good point, and that was you want to make sure that venue listed on the flyer, you want to call the venue and make sure, hey, is competition so-and-so going to be held there at this time on this date? Right? You want to ask about food and you want to ask about parking, but you want to ask both, because if those line up, then that's a pretty good sign that whatever else they say is probably going to make sense. Like if you ask them about rules or anything that can get you disqualified, or costumes and stuff like that. There's just so many things that can go south if you don't get the proper information. And lastly, I would recommend word of mouth. So that would come from any dancers who may know something, any other teams in your community, other teams in other communities, other coaches. You just want to reach out to other people if anybody hasn't already reached out to you. And the more you compete, you will find that people will be hitting your email, hitting your DMs, and talking to other parents if they come across other parents, or parents may know. They may have seen a flyer somewhere. So the more you compete, the more you start attracting, right, what you've been looking for. It's going to start coming to you easier each time you compete. You can type in the genre that you guys are looking forward to competing in. So let's say jazz dance competitions. Just try different wordings on Facebook, and I'm pretty sure you'll come across a few different groups that will have, some sort of knowledge on something. Which brings me to my last tip, which is what are you gonna need for these competitions, right? Every competition is different. You need to check registration. You need to check, like I said previously, age groups that they're gonna have there, levels, like is it beginner friendly, intermediate, advanced. You want to make sure parking is available, and if that costs, you want to check on your travel costs. You still want to check on transportation. 9 times out of 10, it's normally better for everybody to ride the bus, even if it's still in the same city, because then you're kind of making sure that you don't leave any wiggle room for parents or dancers or whoever fall, or just natural disasters to happen to where somebody is late or something, or just simply can't make it and nobody can double back to go grab them. You want to check on food at the venue, if it costs, if they're giving out anything, how long you're going to be there. 9 times out of 10 you're going to be at a competition all day. Of course, if you're going to be staying somewhere, some competitions are not just one day. There are competitions that could last a couple days, so you want to check on that. Also, if you're traveling or something like that, maybe you want to arrive there a day or two earlier, so you're going to need that hotel for the day you arrive, maybe the day right after, the day of the competition, and so on and so forth, however you feel. Lastly, what you want to do is finalize your paperwork. Ensure that your chaperones and teachers and all that stuff are ready to go. Whatever costs are involved with them, you want to make sure they're good too, not just for dancers. And my last tip is to create your dance competition survival kit. Y'all better have that survival kit, okay? It always comes in handy. That is your safety pins. That's your extra makeup for whoever didn't bring that black lip like you asked them to. That is your super glue, your Gorilla Glue for rhinestones coming off a headpiece. That is your thread and needle. That is your extra backup music, whether the DJ tells you to bring it on SD or CD or your laptop or your phone, I guess. However they tell you to bring it, which normally it needs to be SD card. Not SD card. Normally it needs to be a USB or a CD. Either way, you need to make sure you have a couple backups just in case those get scratched up or dropped in water or just you can't find it, whatever. You need to have backups, and normally that should be put somewhere safe, maybe in the survival kit. You want to have maybe like gum, mints for anybody who may feel nauseous. You want to have maybe a case of water or just a couple bottles of water for anybody who's just like really thirsty. I don't know if there's any way to get like a backup inhaler for anybody who just did not bring theirs for whatever reason they did not bring theirs, which they need to all the time. Maybe you want to have a few strips of Velcro, that way if you need to sew that on, then at least somebody will have something to hold on to. You want to have a few extra hair bows, maybe like a $1 stick of deodorant. They have them like at Walmart or something, just one of those minis just in case. I've only seen this happen one time ever, where the speaker blows out at the actual competition, and it was a kind of small competition, but it blew out, and luckily some other coach brung their ginormous speaker, and it was for them to rehearse, for her team to rehearse outside. However, she had it, so she let the competition use it. So maybe you want to bring your speaker just in case that could happen. You want to super duper 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 stress that everybody keep their stuff in their bag. Parents too, purses and all that stuff. If they can afford to lock it in their car and not in the back seat or in the front seat or something like that, in the trunk, because people break glass, people take stuff. So don't leave nothing visible in your cars. Parents, coaches, directors in a rush, kiddos with tablets and stuff. All that stuff needs to be put in the glove compartment or in the trunk. My mama taught me that, and I don't know why people don't stress this enough, but hide stuff in your trunk. Don't put no coat over your stuff. Y'all, put y'all stuff in your trunk. I could just go on and on, right, with tips and tricks that I've learned from mistakes or from other coaches and teams and through social media. It's so much, and I could really go on and on. But I really hope that not only these tips have helped you, but hopefully they've sparked other ideas or other memories that may help you and remind you to make a list of, so that you're prepared, hopefully super prepared to go to your next competition. With that being said, you made it to the end, and if there's anything else that I may have missed, feel free to drop it in the comments for all the other dancers and coaches that are reading the comments and looking for more tips and stuff like that. We're all here to help each other. So if I missed anything, drop it in the comments, please. Thank you guys again for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you made it all the way to the end. And I am sending nothing but love and positivity and a whole bunch of my patience, because I have a lot to spare. It takes a lot for me to get all riled up and stuff. So I'm gonna send y'all some of my patience to deal with the day, and that this is for the dancers, the parents, the director. Hopefully all of y'all can keep your head on straight, and these tips will help you do that. With that being said, let me know if there's anything else you want to see, because I would definitely do it. Don't forget to check out my lip gloss. It's in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.